What is up, guys? It is Buckshot for the win. And I figured I'd take this time out to share an experience I had my freshman year of college, St. Patrick's Day. Me and three of my friends, Tim, Lindsay, and Walt Bruner, had decided that we were going to go to Savannah, to a place called River Street. Now, River Street is this like 1 mile, I forget the diameter, but it's a certain amount of miles strip on basically a river front that you could drink outside. You go to bar, you can bar hop. It's just basically a party place in in Savannah near the coast. It's St. Patrick's Day, and we decide that we're going to book this hotel. So what we do is I take like this PayPal card and I put like $250 on the card, and we start looking for, hotels in the immediate area because we didn't want to drink and drive. So at first we were like, we don't want to end up in this crappy hotel, in God knows where, in the ghetto or wherever. We wanted to stay in a nice place. So we decided to actually get a hotel. I think it was the Hampton or the Hilton, I forget which one. It's this very fancy hotel, with a pool on the roof, and it's got this beautiful view of River Street. Well, what I decided to do is rent the Hampton. That's what we decided to do. So we put in money together. It ended up costing like almost $300 to stay one night at this place. It was ridiculous, the price, but we settled on it. It's just this one night thing. We'll never probably get to do stuff like this again. And so we do. We drive to Savannah. We get right into Chatham County, and as soon as we hit Chatham County, which is the county, one of the counties that Savannah is in, we get pulled over. We have our seatbelts on. We get pulled over by this cop. We pull over at this gas station. Our music wasn't loud or anything like that. We just had all of our windows down in the car because it was my car, and the AC unit went out in the car, so it was hot that day, so we decided to let all the windows down. And the cop figured it was something really suspicious, so he pulled us over to check it out. And my buddy Walt, he's very nervous around cops. He's had a history with them before. Well, the cop tells us to get out of the car. And we do, at this point, I didn't know much about the law. I didn't want to cause any trouble. So we get out the car, and he's like, do you mind if we check it? And at this point, there's literally 4 cop cars parked all around us, and cops just talking to each other, looking in my car. My buddy Walt does the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. We're talking to this cop, saying, yada yada. Walt looks down, nervous as heck, and says, "You got nice shoes, man. Where did you get those shoes?" And I'm like, "Walt, shut the fuck up." This guy, and they end up letting us go, letting us know that, we didn't do nothing wrong. They were just, suspicious with all the windows rolled down and out of town tags and stuff. It was a bunch of bullshit. Well, we get to the hotel. We pay the card, at the receptionist at the desk. And we get in our room. It's a nice room, 2 beds, Tim bought earlier a bottle of Jägermeister and Dr. Pepper, and the thing about River Street is you can walk around with alcohol as long as it's in plastic cups. So we get 3 plastic cups, and we go ahead and, make us some Dr. Pepper Jaeger bombs and commence walking around River Street, going to all the shops, drinking our Jaeger bomb, going into wherever we want to, pretty much, into the shops, cigar shops, shirt shops, any place. You could walk into a fancy restaurant with alcohol. They don't care. They're so used to it. And we just basically walk around until it starts to get dark, and then we start the bar hop. We go to this place called the Jinx, and it's like this alternative rock little club first. People are pretty nice on River Street. I love all the people. They seem really happy that people are there. The big thing is I smoke, and you're not allowed to smoke in any of the buildings on River Street, so you have to go outside, which is okay because you can bring your alcohol with you outside. And we go to this SCAD bar. If people don't know, SCAD is the Savannah College of Art and Design. It's like this real prestigious art college. You have to be almost like a savant or a genius, or your daddy has to have a lot of money for you to get into this college. We go to the SCAD bar and talk to all these preppy guys, and I'm getting buzzed, I'm dancing with people, with these girls and stuff. And I just noticed like this huge group of women come in, and they're having like this bachelorette party, and I'm dancing with like the bridesmaid. You know, we're talking and stuff. And Tim, all of a sudden, these girls decide to leave. And me and Walter, by this time, we're at the, you know, up at the bar drinking. And I noticed something. Tim has disappeared. And come to find out, Tim left with the bridesmaids, bar hopping with them. And there's this one club that you have to have like khakis, or, you know, you have to dress nice. You have to have a collared shirt. And we don't dress like that, you know. I was in like this Boondock Saints, you know, t-shirt, and Tim was in this Beastie Boys outfit. My buddy Walt was rocking this rock band outfit. Well, turns out he gets into this fancy, you know, dress bar by getting the girls to tell the bouncer that he is their bodyguard. So they give him like this security pass, tell him he's not allowed to drink while he's in there, you know, and he hangs out with them for about 2 hours. And finally, me and Walt are wandering around drinking more, and we come upon him. And at this point, I am shit-faced. I am drunk. He's standing by here. We walk by, and we meet up with Tim. And right when we meet up with him, there's like this guy standing on the corner playing a violin, like this violinist just playing away. And I stop and say, I was like, wow, Tim, this guy's amazing. This guy's awesome. And Tim, with this kind of drunken look on his face, says, nah, man, he's not talented. He's just good at what he does. And for some reason, it pissed me off, because I was already pissed off that, you know, he had ditched us. I was like, no, man, I will drag you in this alley right now if you don't take that back. And he's like, all right, man, all right, I'll take it back. And he gives the guy like a $20 bill. And, you know, we settle things that way. And the night persists, and I drink more, and we decide that we're going to go to Sweet Melissa's little pizza shop. And at this point, it's like, you know, 12 o'clock at night in the pizza shop. There's like a huge line at the pizza shop. Well, the funny thing about it is there's this guy, I guess he's a local, or he lived on Bay Street. It's like this pretty rough neighborhood in Savannah that's right next to River Street. He's standing in front of us, and he's yelling about something, and I tap him on the shoulder and say, you know what? Kevin is not a very gangster name. I don't even know if the guy was named Kevin or what, but I heard someone yell Kevin, and I thought they were talking to him. And the expression on this guy's face just like turned, oh, I don't even know how to explain it, but he left this line he'd been standing in for like 2 hours. And we get our pizza, you know, we're chilled back, we're having a good time. Then all of a sudden, Tim taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, you know that guy Kevin you said wasn't very gangster? And I was like, yeah, man, what's the big deal? He's like, well, they're in the park across the street, like with like 20 guys, and they're like watching everything you do. They're watching you cross the street, and they're watching you go in the shops. And I'm like, wow, dude. And I was like, are you serious? And I start to get kind of paranoid at this. I mean, I'm drunk, but I'm starting to sober up a little bit after eating my pizza and stuff. And I was like, you know what, take this, you know, let's take our pizza and let's go back to the hotel. I'm tired, you know, we've been dancing all night. Well, it's a good maybe 3 blocks from, our hotel's like 3 blocks from, you know, where we were doing our stuff on River Street. So we commenced to keep walking. And as we're walking, we hear a racket behind us, and we turn around, and it's, you know, Kevin and like 20 other guys, you know, they're hollering and yelling and, you know, come on, motherfucker, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And I have this big-ass pizza in my hand, and Tim's like, dude, we might want to, you know, start running. So he's like, wait for it. And then he takes off. He just, like, blatantly just runs off without us. And I pursue him. I'm running as fast as I can with this big-ass pizza in my hand. And we shoot through this parking lot, and we're probably, like, less than a block away from the hotel at this point. We get totally lost running from these guys, and, you know, they're coming from every freaking direction down these alleys, and it's just like something out of a movie, you know, my blood's pumping. I'm like, at any minute, you know, we could get ambushed. And we run through this parking lot, and I turn back to see if these guys are still pursuing us, because the hotel's in sight at this point. It's right across the street, across from this parking lot. And I turn back to look, and bow! I hit this freaking car in this parking lot, this inanimate object. I smash right into it, and I fall on my ass, and I drop the pizza. I saved the pizza. It landed, you know, I grabbed it in my chest when I got hit. But I could have sworn that one of those guys just, like, freaking, you know, power bombed me, like he speared me, and I was about to get my ass whooped. Come to find out, it's the car. I jump up with the pizza, and we make it to the lobby of the hotel. We go to sleep, you know, wake up hungover. I had a great night. We ate some pizza, swam in the pool a little bit, and we checked out of the hotel. The valet, you know, pulled our car up. We got in our car, we went home, and that was the end of it. It was a great time. You know, even the whole thing with Kevin chasing after us. It was a great time. I loved it. It was something I'll remember for the rest of my life, and I figured, you know, I'd share it with you guys. And I hope you enjoyed listening to my antics when I am not a very sober individual. Thanks, guys.